Ben unconsciously patted Carlos on the shoulder. Good boy, he said. He caught himself. I mean, you're a good runner. You're fast. Carlos smiled. Thank you. Yeah, said Ben. Listen, I'm going to give you guys some space. You guys get to know each other and just come find me when you're done, okay? Ben started to walk away, back toward the tourney field. Okay, said Carlos. See you later, said Ben. See you out there, said Carlos. Once Ben had disappeared down the trail, Carlos sat down on a log with Dude on his lap. He scratched the dog's side. Dude licked him playfully on the nose. Oh, said Carlos. Glad he'd made a new friend. Thank you. Chad led Evie under the bleachers and they stood facing each other. Is everybody at home as pretty as you? Chad asked him, shouldering a huge tan backpack. Evie looked down at her shoes and blushed. I like to think I'm the fairest of them all, she batted her eyelashes and laughed. How many rooms in your castle? Chad smiled. Too many to count. Evie leaned in to kiss Chad. He leaned in too, but he stopped abruptly. Evie smooched air. You really nailed that chemistry problem today, he said. You're going to have all the nerds in love with you, he laughed. I'm not that smart, said Evie. Oh, come on, said Chad. No, really, I'm not. But I'm really good at sewing and cooking and cleaning. You know, like your mother, Cinderella. Without the ready dress, she said. She took the mirror out of her purse. See this? If I ask it where something is, it tells me. Are you kidding me? Asked Chad, snatching it from her hand. He spoke into the mirror with a hard and demanding voice. Where's my cell phone? He barked. It won't work for you, silly, Evie laughed. No biggie, said Chad, handing it back to her and resuming his charming act. My dad will just get me a new one. Prince Charming, said Evie dreamily. Yeah, said Chad, smiling. And Cinderella, said Evie. Yeah, said Chad. Fairy godmother. She took Chad's hands in hers. Hey, I heard her wand is in some boring museum. Do they always leave it there? She looked deeply into his eyes and leaned forward as if she were about to kiss him. He started to lean in again, but stopped once more. I'd really like to talk, but... He turned away dramatically. I'm just swamped, he said. Unless... He turned back to face her. Unless... asked Evie with a smile. If you could knock all my homework out along with yours, then maybe we could get together sometime and... hang. His eyebrows jumped. He took off his backpack and handed it to her. Okay, she said breathily, taking it. Thanks, babe, he said, winking at her. He walked off. Bye, said Evie dreamily, waving. Suddenly, Doug's face appeared between the seats of the bleachers. I couldn't help but overhear. Are you stalking me? Evie said. Technically, yes, said Doug. I, too, have a fascination with Fairy Godmother's wand. He climbed down from the bleachers and stood in front of Evie, which is another reason I look forward to the coronation. Perhaps we could sit next to each other and discuss its attributes? His voice cracked. Are you saying they use it in the coronation? Asked Evie, resting a finger on Doug's chest right below his green bow tie. Yes, said Doug. Then he added, and asking you out. Evie laughed in his face flirtatiously and walked away, ignoring his request for a date. Doug, enchanted, watched as Evie strutted back to the dorms.